All eyes on GameStop tonight. Obviously, price at 61.27, blowing through 48.75, only retracing down to 28.03. That was the bullish retracement level at the 50% level. I gotta tell you, this does look really promising. It really does. Kind of looks like we have an ascending broadening wedge, which is interesting. I wouldn't expect the chart pattern to make much sense with the way that I think it's gonna go. And really, we've got to talk about MOAs at this point. Will the stock make a large move? I believe so. I believe so. And the reason for that is, well, there's a lot of reasons why I think it can go up. And I think it was pretty obvious too. I'll talk about that. You know what? Let's just take the chart down here, because really what I've got to do is I've got to think about MOAs, right? And just put my thoughts out there and then see how it ages. Because that's what the vlog is, right? Like, I started on AMC and trading GameStop, like both, but you know, I chose not to a while ago. I cashed out and I've just been following them, kind of just watching. What strikes me is these are predictable movements, not because of technical analysis, not because of market dynamics, but by one sole indicator, and that is social media and media exposure. The more you see Roaring Kitty, the more you see GameStop on news channels, that's when you see these big runs. It's about the attention on the stock, and that's something I've gone over to, like, at this point years ago. And to see Roaring Kitty again posting, obviously it was going to be a big run. Once the options were posted, that was another big thing. Obviously, that kind of power in the market is going to make a move. And the conviction of the apes has never been stronger. Definitely all the paper hands have left. Really, the diamond hands are all that's left. And it's like, congratulations, you've done it, right? Like, you've done it. I think this is it. This is the moment. If there was a time to take your shot, it's now. And you just got to respect it. You really do. It doesn't mean I have to be in it. I don't want to be following an online influencer into pumping an equity. This is not inherently what the market was for or is used to doing. I also know that it's not my game, in that I didn't write the rules for the stock market, right? And so given that's true, how could I expect something like this to play out? And that's where it gets really interesting. I think about Madoff. How much capital did he control, right? That was a lot of money. This is a lot of money. Just because it's a lot of money doesn't mean it can't fall apart for the worse, right? What has to happen is that people are going to have to sell to realize the gains that they dream of. And that's where it gets uncomfortable, talking about selling. There will be, I believe, a time when GameStop is hitting into the hundreds. And because it's hit the hundreds, one may rationalize that if it's hit the hundreds and these online groups are looking for, you know, phone number digit prices, then there really is never a too late to buy time, right? Unfortunately, the value of the equity is directly related to how much money is being funneled into it, right? It doesn't gain extra value. It only has the value that's pumped into it. And so eventually there will be a point where people begin to sell. Heresy, right? But really the test, like holding when the price is going down, might have been the easy part. And as there's a rationalization of, well, oh, I can sell a few shares, right? That is kind of like a spark in a forest, like in the middle of the summer. Like, I don't know, call it a cigarette butt in the ditch along the highway. I don't know. It just seems like this could potentially be bad for a lot of people who get left holding the bag. The price may go ridiculously high, but will it stay there forever? No. And the reason why it won't stay there forever is because people will sell. And so then you have to ask, well, what pushed it up so high? Well, people were still buying it. Okay, so if price is going up because people are still buying it, eventually it comes down. there will be bag holders, right? So that's a scary thought. Is there a time where it's too late to buy? And the answer is that there is a time that is too late to buy, but it's impossible to say when, because it's going to be decided by the people who are buying it. And those will also be the people who are selling it. That's crazy. That's absolute madness. I have no idea how that is going to play out. I also don't want to be a part of that decision-making process. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the sidelines here. I really hope the best for everyone. I do. I want to see the little guy win, right? But on the other hand, I'm just gonna have to like grapple with the idea that, yeah, I'm gonna miss out here, But I've decided that fear was not a part of my trading strategy. The fear of missing out is not something I trade on. And so I'm just sitting and watching. We'll see what happens. It's very curious, right? Oh, man. And then I had some other thoughts too, like, what happens if actually, like, contractual, like per our user agreements with the brokers, that like accounts are just closed? They turn the buy button off, so they could do that. That could happen again, right? Something else that could happen is that Roaring Kitty's account is just liquidated, right? And not exercised, but just monetized. That, I don't, like, could that happen? That's going to be ruled out as FUD right away, right? Is Roaring Kitty going to exercise the call options on stream? I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns here. Either way, it's going to be historic. Like, come on. Like, Roaring Kitty coming back? Like, oh my goodness. Like, whoa. Am I going to be watching? Of course I'm going to be watching. Are you kidding? Of course I'm going to be watching. Oh my goodness. It's been a good time. We'll see how this plays out. Anyway, just logging the thoughts down. It's been a really good ride. It really has been. But like I said in my last video, the correction ended when price spiked. So from here, could it step up again? Theoretically, the answer is yes. Do I have a lot of confidence in the ape's ability to push the price higher? I do. Am I concerned that the market makers and brokers still have the power to stop a potential short squeeze? The answer is yes, I do. I'm worried about that. Is Roaring Kitty doing the right thing? I'm not going to weigh in on that. Is it real? I'm not going to weigh in on that either. I'm just going to say good luck, everyone. Good luck, and I hope you catch your rocket to the moon.